Look around you, everybody. Look at what we, the people, have done. Look and see what our country has become. Look at our economy. Look at everything. Right now, we need a government to work towards somehow getting jobs back into this country. They don't want to do that. They want to push through a bill they know that they have been trying to push through for over 100 years that the people do not want. People didn't want it 100 years ago. The people don't want it 50 years ago. The people didn't want it 25. And the people don't want it now. But they're willing to push it through. At what price? Well, if you're a military man, you'd say cannon fodder. What that is you throw out some troops to draw fire so you know where the enemy is, and then you go and destroy the enemy. That's what they're doing. They know there's some Democrats that aren't going to be able to come back. They know there's some that's going to lose their position and some that's going to retire. They're willing to sacrifice them to get this health care bill through. They're willing to force upon the people an item we do not want. Who's to blame to it? We are. By putting the same jerks in Congress and the Senate. By overlooking the little misdeeds they have done through the years. By turning our head the other way. By saying, well, if it doesn't affect my pocket, it doesn't affect me. Well, now your pocket is being stripped, being stolen, every cent you have. And our government doesn't even want to listen to you. So, bottom line, we need to send a message to the Congress, both the House and the Senate, that they will listen to. And the message has to be plain and simple. We're not going to fire the ones who vote for the bill. That won't do the trick. They'll send their sacrifices, and then the ones they want to keep, they say, don't vote for the bill, we'll get enough to pass it. You can go back and say, no, I didn't vote for it. No, I did. No, this is the way it's going to go. Send Congress, both the House and the Senate, a letter. If that bill passes in the slightest whatsoever, all congressmen and senators, I repeat, all congressmen and senators will be fired. In the next 3 successive elections, each and every congressman and senator who is sitting now in the Senate and the House will be replaced. All of them. Not a single one, 6 years from now, will be left. It's drastic, but that's what we have come down to. We're going to have to use the one weapon our forefathers left us that Congress cannot take away. And that is our vote. And we will let them know we will remove each and every one. No matter how they voted, if this bill passes, all will perish. Plain and simple. There will be no one who will have any seniority at the end of the next 3 elections of more than 6 years. Because we, the people, do not want this bill. And we have to give you a price that if you're willing to pay it, it will cost each and every single one of you your jobs. You no longer listen to the people. You do what you want. You spend irresponsibly. You give money away. You have no idea of what the American people are going through, both the House and the Senate. They say they hear us, but they don't. They lie upon lies upon lies. And we are just as guilty because we believe those fallacious, false-giving lies that they give out. How many of you voted for Obama on the lies that he presented? And now you're so disillusioned, it's ridiculous. How many of you voted only because he's black? You are the worst of all voters. Just because you wanted to say you voted for the first black president, which he wasn't. He's the second. Need I go on? We've all are at fault here. We all created this Congress, both the House and Senate. We allowed it to be what it has become. It is time for us to take control back of our government. And we will. Starting in 2010, then 2012, and 2014. If this bill passes, every single congressman and senator that's in the Congress right now will not have a job by 2014. Every single one. That's what we must say. Because this mess that is there, we created. And now it is up to us, the people, to fix it. And if they do not want to listen to us, then each and every one of them, no matter how they vote, will go. We're not going to play the political game. We're not going to fall for the political tricks. It's going to be plain and simple. One way for them to understand. Whether or not they keep their job depends on whether or not the bill passes. If this health bill passes, all congressmen and senators will lose their job. Not just the ones who voted for it, but all. It is the only message that the Congress and the Senate will understand. We're not politicians. We don't play political games. We're not politically correct. We're going to be straightforward and direct. Our forefathers gave us the power of the vote, and now we, the people, must use it to get our government back. If you think I'm wrong, look at our economy. Look how broke we are, and how they're going overseas pledging more money and more money. How they pledge money for this Greenpeace stuff. How they pledge money for this. How they pledge money for that. And we don't even have enough money to run this country. We have an economy that's totally out of whack. And so screwed up, Congress has no idea how to fix it. Because they don't want to listen to anybody. They will set up the government the way they want it. They want control over everything. And it's time for us to kick every single one of them out. So let the world know, and let Congress know, the House and Senate, if this bill passes, not only will the ones who voted for it lose the job, but everyone else will lose their job. Period. That's the only message, because look what we have done. And we, the people, created this mess. It's up to we, the people, to fix it. Thank you. This is JD. And remember, I am running for president in 2012. What we start today, we will finish together. And we will have a government that believes in the Constitution, abides by the Constitution, is much smaller than what it is now, figuring out a way to create a way to pay off our debt and completely change the tax code so that each and every one of us will pay a fair share, and no one, and I mean no one, will be able to get out of it. We need to do all that, and that needs to be done in the first year or two as I am president. A lot of work we got ahead of us, and first and foremost, when I'm president, the very first thing is getting jobs back into this country. And that I know how to do and can be done. It can be done. Thank you. This is JD, running for president in 2012.